We are a place of many people and many backgrounds. We turn out quality products, and we work pretty hard. We're proud of what we do, and now you're a part of it. And we're glad you're here. We want you to have success and great opportunity. This work isn't easy, it's not for everyone, and it can be challenging. It's important to remember that the first couple of days can be a little challenging. It can be hot, and your safety equipment can be heavy. But remember, stick with it. Focus and do your best. And this can be a great, well-paying career. And at the end of the day, you will have done some great work. And you know, that feels pretty good. And you can do it. So let's do it. Okay, first things first. And you probably saw this coming. Safety. We're dealing with heavy material, a loud environment, and some serious equipment that can really hurt you if you're not paying attention. To help you out, we have PPE. And it's for a good reason. It's not just to keep the protective gear people in business. It's not just to make dumb safety training videos. There is a reason why they don't wear protective gear at Arby's. This ain't Arby's. So wear your protective gear. We use forklifts at Smith Foundry because it beats the heck out of carrying this stuff around. The thing is, when you're at work, you have to watch out for forklifts. And hopefully, the forklift is watching out for you. Because let's face it, if it ever becomes you versus the forklift, guess who usually wins? We'll give you a hint. The forklift. Be aware of your surroundings. Sure, lots of noise, lots of sparks, lots of metal in one form or another, turning into other forms, often by force, a great deal of force. Sometimes you can get so focused on what you're doing, you forget that there are other people who are pretty focused in on what they're doing. Point is, we got to watch out for each other. You've got to know where your coworker is, what they are doing, and how we can all keep each other safe. Now, let's talk about spinning grinding wheels. Yeah, they're pretty impressive. About $500 worth of diamonds crammed in there, and the spinning can be hypnotic. But don't touch the grinding wheel. Ever. Bad things happen when you touch the grinding wheel. And finally, eye protection. If you ever really want to understand why you need to always use eye protection, just look at a pair of protective glasses. A shred of iron can fly off one of these wheels at up to 300 miles per hour. If you take absolutely nothing else to heart from this video, please just remember to always make sure your eyes are protected. And we really hope that is not the only thing you take away from this video. I mean, people put a lot of work into this thing. Come on now, that's a lot of hurt feelings. Wear your eye protection. Anyone can hit a button on a machine and stick some metal into a grinding wheel, but we need you to care about what we do. And we also need you to know that we've got product to get out the door. So knowing how to take the time to be thorough, but not to spend too much time on any one piece, knowing just the right amount of material to take off without too much, being able to spot a piece that isn't quite right. If a piece is bad or got botched in the casting process, then it doesn't make any sense for you to spend time finishing it. Just common sense. And taking care of the product after you've worked with it is essential. Sure, they're made of some of the toughest materials on earth, but not being careful with it when you're done can make every single person's effort a waste of time and money. It may not be complicated, but it's not easy. With some training and practice, you're going to be great at it. You'll be getting a full, complete training on all the safety procedures and operational procedures on all of the machinery, but we wanted to give you a few basics right now. If there were an MVT, most valuable tool, in the finishing department, it would have to be the grinding wheel. So much of what we do relies on this workhorse. Things like parting lines, broken or cut gating, or any other imperfections, they can all be remedied by grinding. But the grinding wheel is also a place for skill and discretion, or your judgment. In other words, it's up to you to decide how much is enough. Grind too much, and you've spent too much time and removed too much material. If you rush through the grinding, then the piece isn't finished. It's a balance. Move with precision, but move at a pace. That's the skill you'll develop, and it's going to make you invaluable here. So let's begin. The grinding table, where the casting is placed, should be close to the grinding wheel, but not touching it. This gives you the most stability and control. First, make sure that the work area is clear. Stand to the side in case the wheel is out of balance. All safety equipment on, in place. You've got a firm, even grip on the material. Fingers away from the grinding wheel. Now, let's grind some iron. Air bench. Gripping, holding, and positioning yourself when using this tool is essential. Always use 2 hands. The hoist is essential because the biggest castings the foundry produces go through this workstation. This is a crucial job with demanding requirements. Learn to use the hoist. Not only will your back thank you, it's required. And you really need to be suited up for the air bench. We talked before about safety equipment, but it's worth saying again. Make sure you have it all. Gloves, face shield, eye protection, and ear protection. Yes, these things take getting used to. Maybe the least favorite part of the job. But once you get used to them, you may even feel like wearing them around town. The rework bench. Think of it as a place for second chances. We take a moment and ask, hey, is this the best product we can put out there? If not, then the rework bench is where it lands. Also, there is a lot of individual discretion on the rework bench. It's critical that when you work here, you work intelligently and you work quickly. If there's any position that gets new folks in trouble for not working fast enough or well enough, it's the rework bench. Each piece will obviously have its own specs and things that need to be examined and pass quality control, and you'll learn a lot more about each one of those. But a couple of important things to know about the rework bench are these. All the same rules apply when it comes to safety gear. Wear it. And when using the hoist to move this stuff around, there are some very specific procedures that you have to follow, step by step. See that sign? Yeah, we know. Not the prettiest or most captivating read. But if you don't follow all the instructions step by step, let me ruin the ending for you. Someone gets hurt. So follow these procedures. It's not hard, but it's really important. The Wheelabrator Shot Blaster. Besides having the best damn name of any piece of equipment, anywhere, think of the Shot Blaster as a car wash from hell. Okay, that may be a little dramatic. It's a critical part of our production process, and here's a few things to remember when operating this machinery. The flow of pieces through the process creates many opportunities for pieces to get stuck or pinched. Most pieces coming into the shot blasting area are heavy. When not using a hoist, make sure you are well situated to lift items. When lifting heavy pieces, always lift with your legs. If you have to check the shot level and climb, go up to the ladder and make sure your footing is good. And here is where you need to be our quality control. Make sure that the time for each product is correct. Too much blasting and we've wasted our product. Too little and we've wasted our time. And if there's a piece that has a defect, let's not waste the time or effort putting it in. Put it aside and move on. And after a piece comes out, after all the work that has gone into it, let's make sure it gets to its final delivery in good condition. The cutoff saw. There aren't that many tools out there that so clearly tell you what they can do. When working around this blade, a blade that is designed to cut through iron, there are things that you just have to get right. Stay away from the blade. Enough said. When positioning the part, use the wooden blocks to put it in place. When placing the parts on the work surface, you have to hold it in place, but not with a death grip. If you hold it too tight and the piece gets pulled into the jamming blade, your hand is going with it. You won't even have time to think about it. So a confident but firm, easy grip on the material is always the best way to go. And finally, when making your cut, don't force the saw down. It will jam. These castings, our product, get shipped all over the world. It's our name. It's what we do. We need your eyes on it. Get to know what a damaged casting looks like. Will it pass quality control? Would you put your name on it? And after you've made your skillful cut, don't ruin the product by tossing it on a heap. Handle it with the same quality that you made the cut with. This video is meant to give you a brief overview of some of the things you need to know and think about as you begin your work here at Smith Foundry Company. As you get into the job, you'll discover pretty quickly what you're good at and what you really need to work on. We will do all we can to give you the training and knowledge to have a great job and important position here on our team. We've said it before. This work isn't easy, it's not for everyone, and it can be challenging. But stick with it. Come in here every shift with the feeling of wanting to do just a little bit better than the shift before. And this could be a great career for you, one in which you will always find work and you'll always have a future. And that's a pretty good feeling. So get through day 1 and come back for day 2 and then rock it on day 3. You get the idea. Welcome to Smith Foundry Company. We're glad you're here. Now, let's go move some metal.